Okay, so as yesterday we have completed till up to this one, right? Cam table limitation and broadcast domain limitation, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So today we are talking about our this switching. Okay. That what
Yes.
is switching? Okay. So you already know that. See, switching means what? It's if you will talk about general perspective of switching is that uh, it is the process of transmitting data from one source to another destination, right? Switching is what?
Yes.
When you will say that, okay, can you switch this one? Means can you forward this one? Can you pass this one to someone? Okay.
Okay. In the same network, of course.
Yes, yes. Even switching of data is different thing. Switching, like if you are passing data from one network to another network also, that is also switching.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Now, so types of switching, that normally if you are talking about our typical switching, so we have three type of switching: layer 2 switching, okay, layer 3 switching, and we have another layer which is our multi-layer
Multi-layer
switching, which
switching.
is known as MPLS, right?
Okay.
Okay, or you can say layer 4 switching, you can say. Okay, no, multi-layer is not layer. Multi-layer is like it works between layer 2 and layer 3. Okay,
Okay, okay.
when you talk about labeling switching.
So,
Okay,
so it's like
so
a two and a half.
yes. So when we are talking about that, okay, what is layer 2 switching? So layer 2 switching is what? Data will be switched from source to destination on the basis of layer 2 address. And what is layer 2
What?
address? Layer 2 address is MAC. Means this layer 2 switching, what we are talking here, this layer 2 switching. So this layer 2 switching is working on the behalf of MAC address. Okay.
Yes.
Now, but when we are talking about layer 3 switching, okay, see here. So here what is saying that the data will be switched from source to destination on the basis of layer 3 address. So what is layer 3 address? Layer 3 is IP. So now you will get confused. Oh, how router is
Yes.
doing switching? Switching is not that switching. Okay. So switching word is used in two perspective. One is the layer 2 switching when we are talking between like the communication between devices inside your LAN. And data switching is different. Means even you are forwarding data, when you are passing data, whether it is layer 2, layer 3 doesn't matter. Okay. Now see, now you will say then why we are talking about why we in router, why we are using switching. So you see, in router do routing, right? So routing is used for what?
Yes.
Routing is used to just find the best path to reach destination. Are you understanding?
Yes.
But
Yes, I understand.
yes, but after finding the best path, like suppose I will tell you, okay, uh, Amadu, you okay, go from Banjul to Douala to Yaoundé. Okay, I told
Yes.
you, okay, like go like this. Okay, but who is transporting you? Who is forwarding you? Like, okay, when you are reaching there, who is transferring your data from one place to another place like that? So that is known as switching.
Okay.
Routing is just giving you the best path. That's it.
Yep.
Now, multi-layer switching. So the data will be switched from source to destination on the basis of port number or labels.
Deliberate.
Yes. So now when we are talking about okay types of layer 2 switches, because we have to work on type 2 layer switches. So over a time there are many changes came in our network topologies. Okay. So these are some technology what we have to know, like see MAC. So Ethernet switch. So Ethernet switch use MAC table. Okay. And uh, we were using frame relay also. So frame relay was also switch which was used in our WAN technology. Okay, it was very older technology. Okay, so DLCI is used in WAN. It was before we were using it, it's an older technology, and DLCI is known as data link connection identifier.
Okay.
So DLCI frame relay technology was used for connecting multiple branch. So normally what
Okay.
MPLS what we are using nowadays for connecting multiple branch together for communication.
Okay.
And ATM was also one kind of technology, and they were using cells, and it is very old technology, you can say. Even it is
Okay.
older than frame relay, you can say.
Okay, I can see.
So now we have to work on only our Ethernet switch, and frame relay will work. Sorry, MPLS. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now when we are talking about function of the switch. Okay. So there are three main function of the of Ethernet switch. One is address learning. Okay, address learning means when we are talking about, let's take a switch as an example.
Okay.
So if we are taking here some switches, let's connect some computers. Okay. So now these PC came up directly, right?
Yes.
But switches are taking some time. Okay. So if you will come to this switch, and if you will type here, I so spanning tree. So see, okay. So right now they are. So first process is
Learning.
no. First process is listening.
Listening.
Second is learning.
Yeah. Yes, and then
Let's
the
okay,
forward.
and then forwarding. Okay. So and what which type of process is running between the switches for between those timings. So if you will talk here, like see 15 seconds is LST listening.
Listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
15 seconds is LRN learning,
Learn.
and 20 seconds is
Forwarding.
yes FWD. Okay, but normally it takes 30 seconds. Okay,
Okay.
because forwarding means what means after this they will go in forwarding mode,
Yep.
right?
So it will
Yes,
be.
so normally they take 30 seconds, and in this they exchange the MAC address, and they think that okay, who will become root, okay, who will be managing this switching network, right? So
Yes.
this we will talk, but we are talking because see we cannot talk like a CCNA student, right? Because
Okay.
again it will kill our time.
Cool.
But when I'm talking something, and if you are missing that, okay sir, can you explain, then we can work on that, right?
Okay, I see.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So here, so first was address learning. So in address learning, what was there? First was like listening.
Yes.
Okay. Then LRN,
Learning.
learning, and then forwarding. Then the port will go in the forwarding mode, right? Okay. So
Okay.
forwarding will come here. Okay. And now see, the second process is frame forwarding. Forwarding means if any computer will send data to switch, right? So
Yes.
when suppose some data is here with this frame, you can say, okay, we normally save data, but on layer 2 it is always frame. So when this PC is generating IP packet, right?
Yes.
but when the IP packet is coming here, so this IP packet is converting into frame just because of OSI
Okay.
reference model, and then frame is traveling here. Okay,
Cool.
so frame forwarding. So second process is frame forwarding.
Okay.
And loop prevention mechanism. So loop prevention mechanism is, as an engineer, suppose this is your network, right? So okay, so in your organization you have
Yes.
two department. One is IT department, and normally okay, and second you have simple HR department. You okay, so you have a IT company. Now as an engineer, and here you have one router which is connected to internet. Here you have one router, okay, which is connected. Your network is now connected to internet just with the help of this router. Okay, now for example, if okay, let me up this port so you can see everything green. No enable conf t interface gig 0 by 0 by 0 IP address, let's say 10.0.0.10. No shut. Okay, now enable, so spanning tree. See, so first is going lsn means listening, and now I'll show you.
Yes.
See,
Yep.
then it will go for learning, and then the port will go in the forwarding states. See, still it is going in
Yes.
learning. See, once learning will complete, the port will
Yep.
become,
The 15 second.
yes, then port is now forwarding state. So normally it takes 30 seconds. Okay, this is 20 second is forwarding, but I'll tell you what. Okay, so normally after 30
Okay.
seconds it will go for any forwarding state. Okay, now
Okay.
so we were talking about loop prevention, sorry. Okay, now come again this. Okay, so now in your network, as when you are a network administrator, it is connected like this, right?
Yes.
Okay, for okay, so now when they are connected like this, okay, so now suppose this here, you are here, right? You are connected with IT
Yes.
department, this is your machine. Okay, but you are the one who is managing this entire network. Okay, entire network.
Okay.
Okay, now any idea you will give for redundancy purpose in your network?
Yes.
Okay, any idea that okay,
Yes. One
yeah,
connecting the second cable.
yes, because see, here you have a switch and here you have a switch, right? Okay, so
Yes.
see, this from here to here, who is managing
Mm,
this link?
ISP.
ISP is managing. But from here, okay, from here, entire network design, connectivity, and everything will be managed by admin, right?
Yep.
Admin. Okay, now so if you have a single link, so it's you have single point of failure, right? So for better management, what you will do, you will connect another
Connect.
link, right?
Okay.
So normally when you will connect another link, okay, so when you are connecting another link, okay, so right now switch is working with some kind of behavior, right? So which type of loop prevention mechanism is running under switch? STP, right?
Yes. Yes.
So STP is running under switch. So that's why saying that Address learning is a different thing. Why they are doing learning the addresses, okay, to manage the switching network, right? Who will manage, who will maintain, okay, which port will become root port, which port will become designated port, who will be root switch. So everything, to decide everything, address learning process is running, right? Okay. And frame forwarding is a frame forwarding is what, when the frame will come, I have to forward, and I have to forward or I have to flood. Okay, in which
Yes.
condition I will forward? Yes.
Come again.
Yeah, I'm asking in which condition switch will forward the data, or in which condition switch will flood the frame, you can say.
In the condition, if the switch knows the MAC address
Yes.
of the destination,
Yes.
it can forward it
Yes. Yes. And when the switch doesn't know about the MAC address of the destination system, then it will flood,
to
right? Flood means what? It will broadcast.
broadcast it to all the
Yes.
ports.
Loop prevention mechanism, see here. Normally, see, right now this port is blocked. If you'll see here
Yes.
with the help of spanning tree, see, alternate
Oh,
block. But who is blocking
yes.
this port? STP is blocking this port, right?
Yeah.
And why they are
Yes.
blocking this port? Just to stop
To
loop
prevent the loop.
in, yeah, inside in your network. Okay, so here
Okay.
when you will see that switching have three main functions. Okay, now,
Yes.
so type of flooding in the switches. So
Which,
following are the type of floodings you can have in the layer 2 switching networks. Okay, one is broadcast flooding. Broadcast flooding means destination MAC address is unknown. Means when this computer is trying to send some data, when this computer is trying to send some frame to switch, okay, if switch know
yes.
about the destination MAC address, then it's okay, no problem. But if the switch doesn't know, then the switch will broadcast, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's why saying that, okay, broadcasting, broadcast flooding means destination MAC address is unknown in the frame, means destination MAC address is not present in the frame, right?
Mark-
Yes. Or you can say in the switching MAC table, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, unicast flooding. Unicast flooding means multiple users are communicating at the same time. Did you understood?
No.
Multiple user means, see, I just took two user
Okay.
example, right? But in
Okay.
network, in the companies, do you think that only two users will be connected to the switch?
No. No.
You will find maybe 500 or 200, 300 users are connected with switch, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in that condition, maybe 10 people are communicating at the same time, and
Yes.
switch have the information of source as well as destination in the MAC table. So it will unicast, right?
Okay.
And there will be no problem because switch is working on with the help of collision,
Yeah.
multiple
With,
collision domains. So there is no
yeah.
problem. So at the same time people will communicate. Why? Because switch is full duplex.
Yes.
Yes. So that's why here is unicast flooding. Okay. Now
Okay.
third is unknown unicast flooding. Okay. Now this is what
Yes.
unknown unicast flooding. Okay, so now remember yesterday I told you something about switch and PC, that
Yes.
switch store the MAC informations for how many seconds?
Mm.
300
300
seconds.
seconds.
Yes,
Yes.
which is equivalent to 5 minutes, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now
Yes.
understand the situation. Now, so
Okay.
switch will create MAC table.
Yes.
Okay, now PC will also store the information of source and destination.
Mhm.
Do PC store the information of source and destination?
Yeah.
Like
For
suppose
5 minutes.
if this PC, for example, if this PC came here to this switch, and this PC has communicated to this one. Okay, so
Yes.
do this PC, okay, so when the frame will come here, so this switch will create MAC table entry for which computer?
For the first computer.
Okay, so let me write the IP address 10.0.0.1,
Yes.
10.0.0.2, 10.0.0.3, 10.0.0.4. Okay, now we can easily talk and see what is happening.
Identify.
Okay, let's put IP address also.
Okay.
10.0.0.1. Okay, so now come to this switch, enable so MAC address table. All is dynamic. Clear MAC, clear, yes, MAC address table. Okay, now there is no entry, right?
Yes,
Okay,
nothing.
okay. So first command I have used what? I have used so MAC address. So I have seen that MAC address entry is there of the devices. Then I
Yes.
use clear MAC address table to delete the MAC addresses.
Yes.
Okay, now if I'm coming here in simulation, take a packet from here to here, right? Okay, so
Yes.
see, he has generated R packet. Now when the data will
Yes.
come to switch, okay, and now if you are coming to switch, now see, so MAC table, okay,
Yes.
so when the data has received by this, okay,
Okay.
see, forget about these things. Now don't get confused that, okay, sir, normally our MAC table was empty here, right? Here,
Yes.
okay. Now
Yes.
only this fast Ethernet 01 has communicated, okay.
Yes.
Then why this 2 has came here? Do you
Yes.
have any
This
question?
I'm about to ask. Yeah, I'm about to ask this
Okay,
question too.
now do you think that STP is running, right? So they send BPDU message, bridge protocol data unit, right? In every
Yes.
2 seconds, switch and switch.
Yes.
Okay, so when they are sending BPDU, okay, so when they are sending BPDU, in BPDU they have MAC addresses. So when the switch is
Okay.
getting MAC address information, that's why they are putting this too.
Okay.
Okay, okay, so now switch is saying that, okay, I have this MAC address of computer A. Okay, now let's come here, next, broadcasted. Okay, okay, now still if you are coming on the switch, only same MAC
Yes.
address, there is no other information. Okay, see, still the same
Yes.
MAC address, no any changes. Now let's come to the next packet. Again that switch has broadcasted. Okay, now
Okay.
if you will come to this switch, okay, so this switch doesn't have information of 4. If you'll see here on this switch also, so MAC address
Interesting.
table, see, okay, it was earlier, it was there, but no problem. Okay, so now what will happen if this PC4 is replying,
Okay.
okay, and now it will come back to switch 1,
Switch
okay, and then it will come back to this PC.
the first side.
Yes, okay, so we were talking about unknown unicast, right? Okay, now
Yes.
come here. So when the data came to this PC, and now if you're clicking on this PC and typing here ARP minus A, okay, so this MAC entry is of which computer?
The fourth one.
PC4, and it is stored on PC, right? So
Yes.
computer
Yes.
store the MAC table which is known as ARP table here. It's not
Yes.
MAC table, it is ARP table.
Yes.
Okay, and PC store the informations of uh, communicated destination PC's MAC address for 4 hours.
Yes.
Okay, now understand the situation, because we cannot wait for 5 minutes or something like that. Or okay, we will do something. Okay, now we can close the simulation, come to real time, delete it. Okay, now come to switch. If you'll check this, see, switch has the information of this MAC address,
Yes.
sorry, PC, okay, port number 3. Okay, this MAC address EBE8 something like this one 99
Yes.
something. Okay, now if you want to verify, come to PC and type here ipconfig space /. Okay, so the MAC address is what? This one 0090 something EBE8,
Yeah.
and if you're checking here, it is this one, right?
Yes. Yeah. The
Okay,
top one.
yes. So this MAC address is for 300 seconds. So what I am doing, I am removing it with the help of clear MAC
Address table.
address table. So I have cleared it. So MAC address table, nothing is there, right? And now if you
Yes.
check with just in within 2 seconds, you will see something. Just wait for when they will send some BPDU message, that it will come. Okay, so now if this PC is sending ICMP packet, now see, if I'm coming to simulation, close this, come here. If this PC wants to communicate to this one, okay, now see here, do PC4 information is there in the MAC table? See, no information, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
see, this is not for this is just for this port 3 and 4. Okay,
Yes. Yes. I see.
okay, now but the PC4 information is not there, right? Because see, PC4
No.
MAC address you can see here EB8, EBE8, right?
Yes.
It's not there. If you'll see again, see, EBE8 is not there.
No.
Okay, so if the information is not there, but why this PC is generating direct ICMP packet, not R packet? Why?
Okay.
Because this PC know about the destination. See, he know about the destination. But now when the packet will come to switch, now see here. Okay, now see, now switch has done what? Broadcasted.
Broadcasting.
Why? See, this switch has broadcasted, right? The switch 1 has
Yes.
broadcasted because one packet came to PC2, but switch
Mm.
2 has not broadcasted. Why? Because switch 2 was knowing about this, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here what I'm saying that unknown unicast means when he's saying that when a switch receive unicast traffic intended to deliver to a destination that is not in its forwarding information base. Okay, so
Yes.
he is receiving as a unicast. That packet was unicast or broadcast, that okay, so he is receiving
Unicast.
that packet as unicast, but he
Yes.
doesn't know about him. And who is sending unicast? PC was sending as a unicast, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when PC was sending as a unicast, so that packet is unicast, but switch is forwarding that packet. That's why this is says that the types of flooding in the switches. So switches work as a broadcast. Okay, switches work as a unicast. Switches also works
Mm.
as a unknown unicast. Unknown means you know but I don't know. Are you
Yes.
understanding? Okay, now multicast flooding. Multicast flooding is done by
STP,
STP,
DP.
CDP, LLDP, okay, DTP, okay. So there are many protocols who use multicast addresses, okay, multicast flooding. Is not part of us because it's not that we are going to control, but yes, we can control if we know about quality of service, okay, we can, okay, and with the help of access list also you can control the traffic, but you cannot control the traffic in layer 2 because layer 2 do not work on, yeah, layer 2 do not work on what, access list. For filtering the packet
Okay.
you have to go on the router or maybe layer 3 switch, right?
Yes, to configure already.
Yes. Okay, now let's talk about VLANs, because see, after switching, frame forwarding, we have to work on VLANs. Why? Because unless until we have to reach to control the broadcast, right? Broadcasting of
Yes.
your network. So now, what is VLAN? VLAN is known as virtual LAN. Okay, as we have discussed about broadcast domain, broadcast traffic. Okay, in our switching network,
Yes.
right? Okay, so there are two ways to overcome this problem. Which overcome this problem? Broadcasting, to control our broadcasting, means to control our broadcast domain, you can say.
Okay.
So which type of solution we came yesterday? We came with the we can add
Route.
routers or we can create VLANs,
VLANs.
right? So router will break our broadcast domain and VLANs will also break our broadcast domain, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yes. So VLAN divide the switches, logically it divides our switches in multiple broadcast domain. Okay. So you
Yes.
can use same, but if like in this condition, suppose I will tell about that. Okay, let's have this as a VLAN 10. Okay, so let's have this as a VLAN 10. Okay, this as a VLAN 20.
20.
Okay, this VLAN 30 and this VLAN 40, something like that. Okay, but how many routers you are going to add inside in your network or in between the switches? Because see, what will happen, maybe I will say that okay, you can put one router here. I will say okay, put one router here in the middle of this.
Okay.
Okay, but maybe you can have another switch here like this, maybe like this, maybe like this. So what you think, again you are going to say that okay, no problem, let me put one router here in the middle of this, let me put router here in the middle of this, so let me put router here in the middle of this, like this. Are you thinking like this?
Yeah. It's gonna be expensive.
Yes. Okay, so better to have VLAN, right? Yes,
Yeah.
we can have one router for forwarding our traffics, or for you can say inter VLAN routing, right? Okay,
Yes.
yes, but we cannot have multiple routers inside our LAN network. Okay, so VLAN, we could have VLAN also and we could have router also. Why?
Yes.
Because when we will say that okay, uh, IT department can communicate to HR department, but IT department traffic cannot go. Traffic, I'm saying, broadcast traffic cannot go to HR department. So in that condition, we
Yeah.
should have router, right?
To filter. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So what is VLAN? We already know about this VLAN. It is a group of devices. Okay, or you can say VLAN is a logical separation of our physical switch. In okay,
Yeah.
so physical switch has a single broadcast, but when we will configure VLAN, so VLAN is the process to divide a large broadcast domain into multiple small broadcast domain, right? Okay,
Yes.
so when, in which type of group we create, so what is, in which condition we divide our switch. So we normally we create departments like okay, VLANs 10, sales department, marketing department, we keep tag to our VLANs, right? We put information, description, that okay, this VLAN 10 we have created for which department. Because see,
Yes.
learning network is not that you can learn network, that's it. Okay, network learning and working as a network engineer is also relates to your designing capabilities, that okay, how you are designing. It's not that you went to switch and you said okay, VLAN 10, VLAN 20, that's it, right? But when
Yes.
maybe like the engineer, like when the engineer has configured the network, okay, and he created same like this VLAN 10, VLAN 20, like this, and he left the company, and now after him you went to the organization and you saw these type of problems. So for you it will take long time to identify that okay, who belongs to which VLAN, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
when you will design like that, okay, at VLAN 10 IT department, VLAN 20 sales department, VLAN 30 marketing, VLAN 40 students department, like this, right?
Yeah.
So when you want to troubleshoot something, okay, IT department is having problem, then you can simply come to VLAN 10 and find the problems, right? Okay, and you can generate same kind of process or traffic, like you can say okay, maybe in my company I have some users who is using IP phones, okay, maybe I have some IP cameras in my organization. So okay, let me create one VLAN for only for IP cameras, only for phones, okay, only for routers, only for, you know. So you can create multiple VLANs to identify that okay, which type of traffic and for whom you are creating small
Create this
broadcast
one.
domain, right?
Yes.
Okay, so VLAN splits one large physical broadcast domain into multiple logical broadcast domain. Yes, of course, because controlling large broadcast domain would have problems, but when we have small broadcast domain we can control it, right?
Yes.
Yes, but it's not that you can totally break the broadcast domain. Okay, so if you want to break the total small broadcast domain, so you cannot keep one PC in one VLAN, right? Are you understanding?
Yes. Yes. I understand.
Yes. So advantage of VLAN here, so control of
Of
broadcast traffic by creating multiple broadcast domains. It can improve your network performance. Okay, virtual LAN, which is our VLAN, provide logical segments by creating multiple broadcast domain, okay, in the same switching network. So we will create VLANs, don't worry, and we are just working on theory. Okay, now
Okay.
VLAN provide higher utilization of switch port, because a port can be associated, okay, then it can increase the broadcast domain, right? So if okay, necessary broadcast domain, sorry. Okay,
Okay.
so VLAN,
Necessary.
yeah, VLAN provide higher utilization of switch ports because a port can be associated to the necessary broadcast domain and multiple broadcast domain can rest on the same switch. Yes, so he's saying that if you have VLAN, right? Okay, so maybe if your switching network is associated with some kind of broadcast domain, so okay, so what you can do, you can create multiple broadcast domain, okay, to reduce those kinds of problems. Now
Yes.
network devices in one VLAN cannot communicate with the devices in other different VLANs. Normally, yes. If I'm in
Yes.
VLAN 10 and I cannot communicate to VLAN 20 in layer 2
Yes.
broadcast traffic, but if it is layer 3, so with the help of inter VLAN, SVI, right, we
Yes.
can
Yes.
communicate. Now, so there are something like host in the same VLAN share the same broadcast domain. Of course, yes, if I'm in VLAN 10, if I'm generating any kind of traffic, okay, so
Yes.
those broadcast traffic will be received by same VLAN people who belongs with to me, right?
Yes.
Yes. So switches create a separate cam table per VLAN. Okay, we will see this one also. Okay, traffic inside VLAN in layer 2 switches. Okay, so traffic what, so if I'm generating any traffic it will be in the same VLAN. Traffic to
Yes.
outside or between VLANs must be used by layer
layer
3.
3.
So if I want to communicate between VLANs, though, I will use router or maybe layer 3 switch. Okay, VLAN can span across multiple physical switches by using trunk
Trunk
links
link.
between switches as uplink connection. So we will see this one also. See here, come to switch. Okay, now see this switch. If you'll see here, so this switch have how many ports? If you'll come here, physical ports, zoom in. Okay, okay, so this switch have some fast ethernet ports, right? So we it has 24 fast ethernet port and two some
Yeah.
other ports, right?
Okay.
Okay, so what is saying here, these ports are known as uplink ports, not this fast ethernet 0. Okay,
Okay.
which ports are uplink ports? Delete, delete, delete. See here, when you are clicking here,
Yes.
not automatic. Okay, one question, if I want to connect switch to switch, which type of cable I will use? Cross cable or straight cable?
Mm, cross one.
Cross. See here, so if I'm using cross, okay, okay, so
Yes.
which port I should use, fast ethernet or gigabit, switch to switch?
Switch is fast.
Fast ethernet, no giga.
Mm,
My friend, suppose this PC, I have only two PCs, right? But if
yes.
I, if we will have 20 PCs in this network and 20 PC in this switch, then
Yes.
is at the same time, if 20 PCs will start sending data, so the data size will be how much? One single PC will generate how much? 100 Mbps.
100 Mbps. Yes.
Mbps, right? Okay,
Yes.
and normally if you are saying that okay, this piece, this link also you want, okay, you want that okay, this link is also 100 Mbps. So 20 people, 19 people will wait for transmitting his data, right? Because this port capacity is on also only 100. Are you understanding?
Yes.
And PC is also
Yes.
sending 100, 100, 100, 100 like this. That's why
Yes.
here you can use uplink,
Okay.
this one uplink connection between switch to switch.
Okay.
Okay, uplink connection means the faster link between switches to
Okay.
switches. So here you can use giga, so giga will supports 1000 mbps. So now send. Okay, so now what will happen?
Cool.
Now when the people are sending like 100 mbps, 100 mbps, so you can send 1000 mbps now.
Okay.
So switch will process the, means it will fast, the your process will be faster as with as normal fast port, right?
Okay.
See, when you will, instead of having fast ethernet port, when you will use gigabit port, so your communication will be faster as compared to fast ethernet, right?
Okay.
Okay, so VLAN designing recommendation. Okay, so this is just a designing recommendation. So like previously host in the same VLAN, okay, were grouped by role, okay, not with the physical locations. Okay, like for example like accounting, sales,
Counting
etc.
sales.
Okay, but in the newer design, VLANs definitions should typically exist based on physical locations. Like in the big organizations, okay, like suppose if I'm talking about ISP network, not normal. Okay, see, if you're talking about normal organization, so you can use this design. Okay, so
Yes.
you will group the people in your organization, or when you will create VLANs, you can create by role that okay, he belongs to IT department, he belongs to sales department, like that, right? But
Yes.
if you are designing like for a large organization like ISP, so in that case everyone is connected with the help of MPLS, right? Okay, so
Yes.
in that condition you'll say okay, so you cannot say like VLAN 10, VLAN 20, because how many VLANs we have? Remember, see, we have total 40. Okay, let's
Nine five.
learn this one, then we can work on. See, total VLANs we have from 0 to 4095, right?
Yes.
And 0 and 4095 is reserved for system use. Okay,
Yes.
now sorry, I forget one. VLAN 1 is native VLAN,
Nine
which is Cisco default VLAN. You cannot
two.
use this sorry, you can use this VLAN, okay, because all the ports are by default in VLAN 1, but you cannot delete it, right? You cannot
Yes.
modify something like that. Okay, now if you want to create, okay, you can create from VLAN 2 to 1001. Okay, for
Yes.
Ethernet VLANs you can create, you can use, you can delete like that, right? You can modify.
Yes.
VLAN 2 to VLAN 5 is reserved for Cisco default FDDI, means fiber distributed data interface, and token ring technology, which was older technologies, okay, before Ethernet,
Yes.
but still the information is there in the switch. Okay, now VLAN 1006 and 40094, sorry, 4094 is known as extended VLAN. Okay, it is also used for Ethernet.
Yes.
Yes, but this is extended VLAN. But when we are talking about normal VLAN, okay, extended
Yes.
VLAN means what? When we will create transparent switch like that, okay, it's a part of,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, later on we will see this one. But now he's saying that when you have normal VLAN from 1 to 1001, right? Okay,
Okay.
okay. So now he's saying that if in your organization, like if you are ISP organization and you, it's a very large organization, so you cannot say that okay, I can create VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30 like this, right? Okay, but
Yes.
here you should use, you see, you cannot say IT department, right? You
Okay.
cannot say sales department, because see, every branch, maybe you are ISP, okay, so your ISP have 10 branch in your country, right? And every
Yes.
branch will have IT department,
Of course.
right? So you cannot say that okay, this people is in IT department, this is in sales, this is in marketing, because every branch will have same departments.
Yes.
So if you have a very large organization, in that condition you can say okay, this people belongs to which IT, like Douala IT, Yaoundé IT, like this. So you have to say that okay, you have to use some kind of physical location identification with the VLANs.
Okay.
Okay. So now in today's world, we have more constructed network, means more designing. You know, in the earlier networks, you will see normal VLANs like this. Okay, but now
Yes.
designing is most important in your network. Okay, now VLAN membership. In VLAN membership, you can say okay, VLAN membership is defined by numbers. Of course, yes. Okay, so VLAN, those VLANs number what we are using, it is of 12 bit. Okay,
Yes.
and total VLANs what we have is from 0 to 4095. Okay, and 0 and 4095, I told you it is reserve. Okay, normal VLAN what we have, it's from 1 to 1005. Like VLAN 1 is the default Ethernet VLAN. From 1002 to 1004, means 234 is used for FDDI. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
1002 and 4, sorry, is used for FDDI, and 1003 and 1005 is used for token ring. So let's come here and verify. So if you are coming to the switch,
Show me that.
yes, so VLAN, okay, and better to type so VLAN brief. Okay, now see, 2 and 3 is used for, sorry,
Yes.
2 and 4 is used for FDDI. See, it's written here, 2 and 4 is used for FDDI, and 3 and 5 is used for token ring. Okay, so it's written here, you can come and see here. Okay, 3 and 5 is used for token ring, and 2 and 4 is used for FDDI, but it's not in use. No one is using this one. We normally use our VLAN from 1 to 1001. Okay, this one from 1 is the default, but when you are talking about creating, so you can create
Yes.
from 2 to 1001. Even if you want, you can create to 1006 also to 4094, but it is a part of extended VLAN. Okay,
Okay.
and extended VLAN has different type of functionalities that it, yes, you can create, you can work, but it will not be propagated in VTP network. So when you will learn VTP, then you will understand about extended one. Okay, now the those theoretical part, what we have learned. Okay, we cannot use 0. Okay, we cannot use 4094. Okay, so this I have copied from Wikipedia. Okay, so it will explain you that, okay, this is reserved. Okay, and why it is reserved, because when it will convert, okay, when it will convert to hexadecimal, at that time there will be some kind of issue, that's why it is used. Okay,
Okay.
so I have
Okay.
just kept it here for case study, you can understand it. Okay, now let's understand this one. Remember, as you can see there, uh, is really like, we cannot use this 0 or 40945 in the Cisco switches. Okay, Cisco use VLAN 1 as a default VLAN. Okay, and so Cisco use some kind of management protocol, which is STP, CDP, DTP. Okay, these all things we will see. Okay, now, but remember, we always say that VLAN 1 is a native VLAN, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in when we are talking about native VLAN, so in native VLAN condition, okay, Cisco has some kind of criteria regarding native VLAN. See, that is also VLAN, but why we called as a native VLAN? Okay, native VLAN means, see, Cisco use VLAN 1 as a default VLAN, and
Yes.
management protocol STP, CDP, DTP. STP means spanning tree protocol, CDP is Cisco discovery protocol, and DTP is dynamic trunking
Dynamic.
protocol, are sent on VLAN 1.
VLAN 1.
Yes. Okay, now you can use VLAN 1 for simple installation where there is no
Okay.
VLAN trunking, but good practice is to not put user data in
VLAN
VLAN 1
1.
in a multi VLAN environment. Okay, so when we will sniff the packet, okay, then I will explain you why it is called as a native VLAN. Okay,
Okay.
see, STP is also there, because see here, if you will see, we haven't created any VLAN, but still STP was running here, right?
Okay.
STP was running here. Okay, a spanning tree. Okay, okay, so let's come here to our switch. Okay, and we will do some kind of
Wow.
practicals.
Nice one.
10.0.0.1.
This one is very nice.
Yes, yes. Even I have shared with you also the same one.
Okay.
Even we can, this is layer 3 example, layer 2 example, but you have layer 3 switch also.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so let's start our switches. So now what we are saying, we will make this as a VLAN 10. So VLAN 10 name we will give like we are creating VLAN 10. Okay, no problem. So first this 2 PC will be a part of VLAN 10. This PC will be part of VLAN 20. You know, like VLAN traffic you cannot see. Okay, better to have. Okay, now what we can do, select all the devices, just delete it, because to see broadcasting behavior, okay,
Okay.
this packet tracer is good, but in a configuration part packet tracer is not good. So we'll see only as a practice, like as an example, and then we'll work on GNS. Okay, here we see always use gigabit port, okay, between switch to switch.
Okay. Okay.
So as I told you, here we are using one network which is 10.0.0.1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now should I use same network or different network here?
Okay. For the first example, you can use the same one.
Same network. 5,
Mm,
6, 7, and then 8. So here we are going to put this two computers in VLAN 10, VLAN 20, here also VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. VLAN 10. So let's put IP address also.
okay.
Okay. So normally when we do not have any VLAN, if you are coming on this switch, CLI
Yes.
enable conf t host switch 1. Okay, we saved it. Let's come here to also change. Enable conf t host name switch to save it. Now if you're checking here, so VLAN brief, you can see here by default you have default VLAN is this one, others are
Yes.
resolve VLANs, right?
Yes.
Come here to this switch, so VLAN brief, same. Now we have to create VLANs. Why we are
Okay.
creating VLANs? Because to come out from the problems what we were talking about broadcasting, because see,
Broadcast.
if yeah, if this PC is trying to communicate to uh, this PC which is in the same VLAN, you'll see that it's broadcasting to everyone, right? Okay,
Yes.
so to read out from this broadcasting problem, we came
Yes.
to the solution of our
Vlan.
VLANs. So let's come here to the VLAN part. Now so simply conf t, now you can see here VLAN 10. So VLAN 10 we are creating for IT department. Okay, and then you come here exit. Okay, and now again we are creating here VLAN 20.
20.
Okay, name for HR department. Okay, let's exit. Okay, now you can see here that if you want to check, do so VLAN brief. So you can see here the VLANs, what VLANs we have here, right?
Okay.
VLAN 10, VLAN 20, what we have created, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And these are the ports which is associated with that. Now, so we have seen that how to create VLANs. So we normally create VLANs like this, right? 10, 20 like this. But if you want to create more
Yes.
VLANs, so we have some other options, like we can create VLAN 100, comma,
Mhm.
200, comma, 300 like this, right?
Yes, you showed me.
No, it's not supporting here. Okay, but if you will come here to, that's why I use GNS also for
Yes.
example. So if I'm coming here, see, if I'm on switch 1, right? If I'm typing
Yes.
here conf t, okay, so let me show you first VLAN. So VLAN brief, okay, now conf t here, VLAN 10, name
Yes.
IT department. This is GNS, okay? Exit,
Okay.
exit, then we can say here VLAN 20 and then name HR department. Exit, and then if you want to create VLAN what we were getting 100, comma, 200, comma, 300. See, exit,
Yes. Yes.
and now if you come here, so VLAN brief. Okay, so we have 100, 200, 300. If you want to
Yes.
create conf-t, if you want to create continuous VLANs, so you can say here, okay, VLAN 45 to 50.
Yes.
Exit, and then type, so VLAN brief, see, 45 to 50.
6 up to
Yes,
50.
up to 50. Okay, now yeah, I haven't given any kind of names to these VLANs, so it has taken from default. Okay, name is always
Yes.
there. If you are not assigning, it will take from default. Okay,
Yes.
but it's not that. You cannot assign name with this command. Multiple
Okay.
name you have to go individual and you have to assign. Okay,
Okay.
are you
Yes.
understanding?
Yes.
So now see here, in if you'll compare with this, now if I'm coming here, right, see the, the command was not working, right? Let's talk about
Yes.
this command vlan 15, okay, like
To 30.
30 to 35. Let's try this one. See, even this one is also not working. So
Yes. So,
okay, no problem, but we have seen that command is working. Now we have seen here that we created VLAN. So VLAN brief, yes, we have VLANs. Now let's come here to this switch, conf t VLAN 10 name IT department, and then VLAN 20 name HR
HR.
department, and then you can click exit, and now you can check here. So VLAN brief, you have VLAN 10 and 20, right?
Yes.
Okay, now your VLAN is active. Okay, and now if you'll come here switch also, see, in switch also your VLAN status is active. Okay,
Okay.
okay, now see is saying that, see, it is unsupported. These VLANs are unsupported VLAN. Okay, and when
Yes.
you will learn something, then we will see about active. You can disable the VLANs. What is shutdown VLAN? Okay, we'll see. There are multiple status of the VLANs. Okay, so our objective is to create VLANs and to verify the VLANs. Okay, so to verifying the VLANs, better to have our GNS3. Okay, now, so if see how many commands we have. So VLAN. So when you are typing so VLAN, okay, so the VLAN will come here, right? But the other informations are also there, right? See these other informations are also there. Okay,
Yes.
these all informations. Okay, but if I'm typing here so VLAN and question mark, so VLAN question mark, see, there are multiple things, right, related to so VLAN.
Yes.
So normally what we have, so VLAN
So,
summary, so VLAN brief.
if,
Okay, then we have so VLAN ID, then so VLAN
so you have
name.
name.
Okay, so now if you are talking here, okay, now so VLAN brief. So in this you will get the
Yes.
VLANs. Okay,
Yes.
okay, so in brief, what is going to display? It will display only the relevant ports, okay,
Yes.
to VLAN mapping. So means how many ports is mapped with VLAN. Okay, no
Okay.
other information. Okay, like E0 by 0 or E0, E3 by 0 is associated with VLAN 10 or something like that. Okay, but
Yes.
if I'm typing this command, so VLAN summary. Okay, so if you type this command, so here what is saying? Summary means what? How many VLANs you have? So total
Yes.
VLANs we have 16 VLAN.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and how many extended VLANs you have means how many normal VLANs you have, like that. Now, but
Okay.
if I want to know something about VLAN 10, so I will write here. See here. See why
So
this is we are only working with two switches, right? But in the large
okay.
organization you have to work with 50 switches. So in that case,
Yes.
so these commands will help you. So if you'll type here so VLAN, okay, and the VLAN ID, okay, VLAN ID, and then you can write the VLAN ID name like, okay, VLAN 10. Okay, so in 10 you will get the information of only VLAN 10, whether the VLAN 10
Okay.
is shut down VLAN. Okay, maybe is it active or how many ports are associated here. Okay,
Okay.
and now even if you want to search with name, so you can write here VLAN name, you can say IT department. So if you type like this, so you can search with the help of name also. Okay,
Okay.
so here you have seen, if when we type here, so VLAN brief, so we see
If
active. Okay, so you can if you want, you can inactive also. So those things, inactive, shut down, suspend. Okay, we will see in
yes.
our advanced switching.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's work on the our this packet. Okay, so we have created VLANs. Okay, now, so if we have created VLANs here on this switch, okay, so don't think that those VLANs will be propagated here. Okay, because we created
Yes.
manually, right?
Yes.
Okay, now, but there are, you will see there are no ports associated with, yeah, with the VLANs.
Good.
So you have to
Good.
associate the ports to VLANs manually, right?
Okay.
So you have to come here and you have to say, okay, which port you want to associate with VLAN 10. So here, fast Ethernet 0 by 1 and fast Ethernet 0 by 2, you want to
Yes.
associate with VLAN 1, sorry, VLAN 10.
10.
So you have to write here, see, you have two command. One is a range command and one is simple command, right? So simple command,
Okay.
you can say here,
Interface.
interface, okay, fast
Zero.
Ethernet 0 by interface, fast Ethernet 0 by 1, switch
Switch.
port mode
Port
access.
access.
Why you have to say access? Now understand
Because it's
this
connected.
before configuring. Yes, before configuring I should tell you. Okay,
Okay.
access, here is saying that switches uh, port, right? So there are two type of switches port. Okay, so
Yes.
layer 2 switch port normally falls in three categories. One is access port. Access port means it is used for end devices. Okay,
Yes.
now second one is trunk port, which is used for uplink port, means
Okay.
communication between switch to switch. Switch
Switch.
is not end devices, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yes, but router, your PC, your firewall, your printer, your servers,
Mm.
everything is end devices, right?
Okay.
Yes, and dynamic port, we'll see this one later. Okay, now see what is access switch port. Now, so access switch port can be only in a single
One.
VLAN,
Yep.
means if you want to put that fast Ethernet 0 by 1, right? So that could be only in single VLAN, right?
One.
You cannot move it from
Yes.
one, means you can move, but you cannot put same port in multiple VLANs, right? Okay,
Yes.
now access ports are used to carry data of only one
One.
VLAN. Means if I belong
Yes.
to VLAN 10 access port, so I will only carry and I will only understand the data or the frame of same VLAN, right?
Yes.
Okay, it is used to connect end devices with the switches like PC servers and phones. Okay, IP camera. Okay,
Okay.
routers. Okay, now trunk port. So trunk ports, we'll see this one. Okay, no problem. First
Okay.
understand about access. So access, why we are creating access? Because our this port, this port is
It's
connected
connected
to
to the
end device.
internet.
Yes. Okay, which is our PC. So PC falls on in end devices, that's why we are using access.
Okay.
Okay, second command, switch
Switch port
port
access
access
access VLAN 10.
VLAN 10, right?
Yes.
Now enter here. Okay, now you can exit or you can
Yes.
run the same
So
command from there, no problem. Okay, now you can say,
yes.
okay, fast Ethernet 0 by 2 switch port mode access, switch port VLAN 10,
Access.
and then exit, exit, and now you can type here, so Vlan brief enter. Now you see here, you can see now this 2 port is associated with Vlan 10. Now you can see, now you can come to switch to check one more thing. So MAC address table, there is no MAC address table, only gig. One is MAC is this one because this two use STP communication, right? Are you understanding?
Yes.
Okay, gig
Yes,
information is
yes.
there. So now this PC information is not there in the switch, right? Okay, so
Yes.
if this PC, if you are coming to simulation, and if this PC is generating data for same VLAN people, right? So now see the
Yes.
communication is ARP. See, so ARP should be broadcasted, but now it will be broadcasted only under same VLAN. See, it is not broadcasted to other people because other are in VLAN 1 and these two computers are in VLAN 10, and see
Yes.
they are communicating. Okay, and now let's come to switch in real time and then come switch to complete our configuration. Now come here conf t. Now we are talking about range. So you type here
Okay. Interface
interface,
range.
maybe it will, if it will work it's okay, if not then you know you
Yes.
can use GNS,
Yeah.
right? See, I
Yes.
am showing you in packet tracer for few examples, right? But when you do practice you use
Okay.
GNS because for you do not have to show examples to someone, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
fast ethernet 0 by 3 dash fast ethernet 0 by 4 of okay is working. Okay, so you can use single interface to add one by one, or you can use range command to add. So here you can same you can use
Switch products.
port mode access
Access.
and switch port access
First Vlan 20.
VLAN 20, and now you can exit, exit. Okay, and now if you are running one command, so VLAN brief. Okay, so here you have this, right? Okay,
Yes.
and now let's come on this switch also. Enable conf t interface range, what we are using here, 01. Okay, fast ethernet 01 dash 02 switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. See, normally in the new switches, okay, I'll show you in the GNS if it supports. Okay,
Okay.
VLAN 10 switch port. Okay, it's X is okay. This is done. Now another port
Yes.
range 3 dash F0 by 4 switch port mode access switch port mode VLAN 20.
Thank
Okay, then you can type exit, exit, and to verify, so VLAN brief.
you.
So you can see here it's added now, no problem. Okay,
Yes.
just wait for that communication to be end. Those listening learning problems.
Yes.
Okay, though it's completed. Now if VLAN 1 wanted to communicate now this one. See, this VLAN 1 when VLAN 10 computer wanted to communicate to another VLAN computers which is connected in the same switch, so at that time he was able to communicate, right?
Yes.
Okay, but when he's trying to communicate to another computer in same VLAN but it is connected with another switch, right? Now see what is
Yes.
happening. If you are moving like this, packet came here, packet came here, okay, but see the packet, I was sending packet to PC5, right, which is in the same VLAN but it is connected to another switch, right? But my
Yes.
switch was not forwarding. Why it is not forwarding? Because this link, right? Okay, if you'll check
Yes.
about this link, right? So interface gig 0/0/1. So if you'll check about this interface detail, so this interface, okay, how you, so spanning tree interface gig 0/1. So which command I, so interfaces status. Okay, not this one. Actually I want to show about the switch port. Okay,
The,
yes, switch port. Okay, see, so what is the detail if you are talking about? So interfaces, do the interface name is there, interfaces, yes, gigabit 0/1, okay, switch port. Okay, now you can see. Now th switch port means this is a layer 2 port. Okay,
yes.
okay, now you can see here that the status of this link is, you can say, still it is access, right?
Access.
Yes, and
Yes.
it belongs to which VLAN?
Vlan 1.
Yes, it belongs to VLAN 1. Okay, and if you will check this command also with the like, so VLAN brief. Okay,
Yes.
okay, so in this condition also, okay, that they are working with, see you can see here the port which is gigabit port 0/1, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Belongs to Vlan 1.
yeah, this is belonging to VLAN 1, so that's why only VLAN 1 data can be transferred from here because this link. So you'll say, okay sir, no problem, what we can do, we can have another link. Okay, no problem, you'll say that, okay sir, we can have another link and we can put that link in different VLAN, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that link is 0505. Okay, no problem, let's come here on this link. We'll say, okay, conf t interface, is it, I have selected fast Ethernet 5. Okay, so interface fast 0/5. Okay, switch port access VLAN 10. Okay, fast. Okay, now you can come here to this also, and you can say here conf t interface fast 0/5. Okay, switch port access VLAN
Yes.
10, right? Okay, now just wait for that listening learning to be completed.
So without putting in mode access, it can work.
Which one?
You did not put it in mode access.
Mode access. No, no problem. Why
Okay.
you are putting access? Because this is access switch, or why you will put access?
Okay.
Is it an device?
Okay.
Okay. Now it is green. Now you will say that okay, sir. In
Yes.
this case, why STP is not working? Because that upper link is in VLAN 1 and this link is in VLAN 10. So you can have multiple
Yes.
links like this. There is no STP will not stop like that, right? Are you
Yeah.
understanding?
Yes, I understand.
Yes. So STP will only stop when the links are working in same VLAN.
Okay.
Okay. So the traffic is separate. So there will be no loop because this is VLAN 10 link and this is VLAN 1 link. So how the loop will be there, right?
Okay.
Okay, because communication is separate. Now, if you are generating packet here, okay, let's create another packet from 10 to this one. Now you send come here. Okay, now it see it came here and it came easily, right? Okay, but
Yes.
now, for example, you'll say, okay, sir, I want to communicate 20. So again, for 20, you need another link,
Yes.
and for 30, 40, 50, 60, how many links you will use?
Anyway, it depends on the number of divisions.
Okay, so it is not possible. That's why,
Yes.
right? So it's see, for lab it is okay. That's why people use trunk link. Trunk link is used to carry,
Multiple VLAN.
yeah, it will carry multiple VLAN traffic, and that trunk port is associated with multiple VLANs, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now it can carry the data of multiple VLANs used for interconnection between switches through uplink port. Uplink port means, yes, my friend. Uplink port means,
Um, the link that can
yes.
carry multiple.
No, no. Uplink port. Yes, yes, yeah. Come again.
The link that can carry multiple.
Uplink port is the faster port which is connected between switches. Normal port you can
Okay.
say it okay. It's a link which is, if see here, here I'm using
Yes.
Giga and here I'm using fast Ethernet. So Giga will carry the
Yes.
faster, right, data.
Yes.
Yes. So that
Yes.
is uplink. Uplink is you.
Okay.
Okay.
Faster one.
Uplink. Yeah. Technical word is uplink is the faster link between switches.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Now dynamic switch port. Dynamic switch port means, see, normally when switch this two ports which is connected. Okay, now I can delete when we are done with the example.
The faster link.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
now here we have the faster link, right? Okay, but
okay.
this link is default, it is in
VLAN one.
VLAN. But now I told you that okay, we wanted to carry multiple VLAN traffic. That's why we wanted to
Yeah.
make this link as a trunk
Trunk.
link, right? Okay,
Yes.
so trunk link has some kind of automatic negotiation behavior. Okay, so if you'll
Okay.
come here, so interface, okay, this one, so interface gigabit 0 something like that. Okay, let me copy this command. Okay, now enter. So if you are checking here, so it's saying that your negotiation is on, right?
Yes.
Okay, and the negotiation is,
Dynamic auto.
no, it's administrative mode is dynamic
Administrative mode.
auto, negotiation is on.
Yes.
Okay, operational mode is, encapsulation is dot one q. Okay, and now if you are coming here to this switch also, So interface gig 0/1 switch port. See, so both is auto, right?
Yes.
Okay, but if you are checking here, so interface trunk, see, none of port is in the trunk, right? So you
It's
have
not.
to manually create trunk port between this, because when you will talk about negotiation, you will see that okay, when you will create trunk here, right? Okay,
Yes.
automatically it will negotiate with this one, and it will
Create a
become
trunk.
trunk. So if you are coming here and if you are saying that okay, interface conf t interface gig 0/0, okay, switch port mode trunk, right? Okay, and encapsulation, you don't
Yes.
have to run encapsulation in packet tracer because by default encapsulation is running. Okay,
Yes.
and now if you are coming here and typing here, so interface trunk, see, this port is a part of trunk now.
Yes.
Okay, 0/1, is it 0/1? Yes. Okay,
Let's see.
okay, and now if you are coming here, just wait the listening learning to be completed, and now see something has been, you can see some message, right? BPDU trunk
Yes.
message. Okay, okay, so negotiation was on there, and now when the negotiation has became, now see, you can see here. Okay, why negotiation was there? Auto. Okay, see, why
Yes.
before they were not doing negotiation? Because both was auto, means
What are you from?
yeah, I'm switch and you are switch, so I will say okay, if someone will send me negotiation request for trunk, then I will become trunk. So both was
Yes.
waiting. Are you understanding?
Yes.
That's why you can understand here, see what I'm saying. This port, this switch was also auto and this switch was also auto. That's why
Yes.
both
There's no
switches was
negotiation.
waiting that okay, someone will send me the request, then I'm ready to become a trunk. But who will send?
So,
Yes.
since they are both auto.
Yes. So here I sent that okay, I created this link as a trunk. Now he is sending the request to be trunk. Then he said yes, I'm ready to become trunk. That's why he became trunk, right? Okay. Now when you are sending data, okay, normally if 10 wants to communicate to this one, no problem. See, it will easily communicate, and the data will be only there, right? Okay. So you can come here. So you can see here dynamic switch port are automatically, it will choose a trunk link. Okay, so dynamic, which who will automatically choose a trunk link? So this we will learn about like dynamic auto, dynamic desirable. Okay, I will explain you.
Yes.
Yeah, when we will work on large VTP network and those server switch, client switch, transparent switch in that condition. Okay, now if we are talk whenever you will see this thing, switch port means that switch port is layer 2 port. Okay, but if we are working on layer 3 switch, something like that. Okay, so when you
Yes.
want to make layer 3 switch as a layer, see, by default layer 3 switches are in the form of layer 2. You have to make that layer 3 ports as to work as a layer 3, so you have to write no switch something command like this. Okay,
Yes.
when we'll work on layer 3 I'll show you. Even this switch is also layer 3, I'll show you. See here, by default this interface, if you are coming here conf t, if I'm trying here interface, okay, e0, not e0, let's take e3/3. Okay, IP address 20.0.0.1 255.0000. See, he's saying wrong command, right?
Yes.
Okay, but if you'll come here, interface E3/3 no switch port. Okay, and then
Yes.
you write this command, this IP command. See, it's accepted. Okay,
Okay.
so switch port, no switch port. Switch port means layer 2, no switch port means layer 3, means you can put IP address on the switch in
Okay.
interface. Okay, so
Mm.
this we have seen how to configure VLAN. Okay, so interface we have checked about the interface status also, right? Whether it
Yes.
belongs to which condition of the switch port, and then we have seen here switch port mode access.
Yes.
Okay, we have seen this one. We have, okay, now remember in CCNA we have, I told you about VMPS, right? VLAN membership
Yes.
policy server. You will find one server. Okay, in the server what you have to do, no need of any kind of configuration in the switches. You just go in the server and say, okay, in the server you will have chart like this. I can show you, for
Yes.
example, kind of thing like this. For example, that okay, I want to, here you will have the list of VLANs here. Okay, and here you can put MAC address. Okay, this PC will belong to VLAN 10, this will belong to VLAN 20, like this. Okay, and then
Yeah.
just click OK, and whenever PC will send broadcast message, automatically they will be the part of VLAN. So we use VLAN VMPS server. Okay, this one VMPS server, but you will find VMPS server in the large organization, not in the small organizations. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but in the troubleshooting problem, while troubleshooting, you will have lots of problem because you have to run the commands algorithm as per VMPS server. Okay,
Okay.
that's why
So
most
it's
of the
gonna be
companies, yeah, most of the companies they are not using this one. They are just using normal VLAN concept what we are learning.
good.
Okay, so configuring Swiss access port, we came to know that okay, you just write VLAN 99. You can give the name, right? Okay, and now
Yes.
you can say okay, like interface port switch port mode access and VLAN 50, right? Okay,
Yes.
now in new iOS, this is the new command. Okay, in the new iOS,
Okay.
instead of writing VLAN number, right, you
Yes.
can write
Yes.
VLAN name also.
Okay.
Okay, so let me show you here, because it will not work here. I hope it should work here. So we can come here, conf t interface. Oh my god, I have removed the switches interfaces map. E0/1, I think it is this one. If not, then you just keep the mouse here. It is E0/0. E0/0. Okay, it's this one. I have removed it. Okay, no problem, I can show you. Okay, E0/0, and this is I think E0/1. Okay, fine. So if I came here on this switch, E0/0, switch port mode access, this is okay. Then when you are typing switch
Yes.
port access,
That's it.
okay, now you can type here VLAN and then
I
question mark. See, can you see here?
it. Their name.
Okay, so you can type here IT department. Right? Okay, I have to type, is it not working? Name, okay, name, then IT
IT
department.
department.
Is it? Yes, see, have you seen?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, and now if you'll see here, so VLAN brief. Now see, this E0/0 is now okay, but it will only
Yes.
work in the new iOS. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
even most of the people don't know about this command.
Okay.
If you run this command, okay, VLAN name and then this one. So if the CCNA person will say no, this is a wrong command.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you want to see that okay, my interface belongs to which VLAN, right? So you see this long command will not work. Okay. Now, so you can simply say that. Okay, you can come here and type this command. So running configuration. Okay. begin interface. So we are using like E0 by 0, something like that. Okay, so it will, okay, maybe see command is running. Okay,
Yes.
so these type of detail, like you can get the details of this interface. Okay, that whether the interface have IP address, or whether this interface is layer 2 port or layer 3 port. Okay, and whether this interface belongs to like which VLAN or something like that. Okay, now verification of access port. Okay, now so remember I told that when you create VLANs, right? Okay, in the switches,
Yes.
so your switch will create multiple VLANs, multiple VLANs, I'm saying multiple MAC addresses as per VLANs here. If I'm saying here, so VLAN brief, right? So how many VLANs we have normally? 3 VLANs, right? So your switch will
Yes.
create 3
MAC
MAC address
address.
table. If you are typing here, so MAC address table, if you type your question mark, okay, it's not there, no problem. Come here to GNS, clear screen, here, so MAC address, so MAC address table question mark. Okay, see here, can you see
Yes.
VLANs,
It's
right?
VLAN.
So you type here VLAN and then put question mark. So VLAN 10. So he will show you MAC address of. Okay, so let's try
VLAN
this
10.
command in this. So let's see. So MAC address table question mark. No, it's not there. Okay. So it is only working in GNS. Okay. So
Yes.
here you can say, okay, MAC address of VLAN 1, MAC address of. Okay, so your switch will create multiple MAC address table. Okay, if you have 10
Awesome.
VLANs, so it will create for 10s. Okay, and now if you are
Okay.
saying that, okay, so run interface E0 by 0, right?
Okay.
E0 by 0 enter. Now
Yes.
see, this port, just information about this port. This port belongs to VLAN 10 and
VLAN
the
10.
information is access. Okay, I hope this will work in packet tracer. Where is that? So run interface F0 slash 1. No, okay, no, it's not. But you have understood this concept.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Yes.
okay. So run will give you all the configuration details, right? So running config.
Yeah.
Okay. So MAC address table, as
Yes.
per VLAN, you will get the MAC address table information. So run information of the single in port, that okay, what is the details of single in port, whether it belongs to which VLAN or something like that. Okay, and what is his port
Yes.
mode, whether it is access, trunk, or something like that. Okay,
Yes.
and now about the tagging information. Okay, VLAN trunk tag. Okay, why uh, data which is moving from here VLAN 10 data. Okay, so how this switch is understanding that okay, this data is for VLAN 10, not for VLAN 20, right? So this relates to
Yes.
VLAN tagging, right? Okay,
Yes.
so this VLAN tagging we will work tomorrow. Okay,
Okay.
so till then what you have to do, you create you take multiple switches, create VLANs in GNS3. Okay, and
Okay.
yeah, and try to communicate and see. Okay,
Okay. I will
okay,
do it.
yes, okay, then we'll meet tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. See you.